Good morning, Ability Crew. So for today, I want to talk about sensory organs, right? So on the premise of this week being all about motor sensory, the more we move, it helps to heal the brain and helps to make the brain more functional. I want to talk about how many different sensory organs we have. So some of these sound pretty familiar and some you might have forgot through school, and for most of you, you've never heard these before. But if we're talking about what our brain needs on a absolute second-by-second basis to keep us alive as well as allow us to do whatever function we want, we need all these guys working at 100%, right? So to name off just a few, and by all means, this is not an exhaustive list and there's more that can come out of it, but if we're talking about muscle spindles, Golgi tendons, this is stuff we've talked about in previous educations, proprioceptors, Merkel disc, Ruffini endings, free nerve endings, proscenium corpuscles, baroreceptors, which is what we use to detect stretch in our blood vessels, and hair cells, which is how we actually physically hear. All these things, what they have in common is they need movement to function. Every one of these guys, if they don't detect any movement, they don't send a signal. So when we are adjusting you, every one of these guys actually gets stimulated. From the muscle to the tendon to the proprioceptive, like the neurological background, to the four that are in the skin when we deform and actually adjust you, we are stimulating every one of these guys. So yes, every adjustment is stimulating so much of your brain that's waking it back up, giving it the right nutrition it needs. That's how important adjustment is. That's why there is no replacing it. Nothing hits this deep and affects the brain this much. That's why it's that important.